Alright, greetings all. I'm doing another video of thrift store finds, and I really didn't expect to be doing one so soon, but sometimes you find a lot of stuff during the weekend or whenever you go, and at that point, it's just making a new video. So, obviously there's really no rhyme or reason to any of my videos, and I tell you that every single time. So you'll just hear rustling in the background, and that'll be me searching for something. Now pretty much these are separated by bag per se, so like each bag is pretty much where I got from the store. So I'll start off with a Goodwill finds, and first up is Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 for the PC, the gold version. Not sure. This has the disc, another disc, and two sets of manuals. I'm not really sure why, but so yeah, for 97 cents, I couldn't pass that up. Big Rollercoaster Tycoon fan, so glad to have that. Now I actually like the older ones in the beginning, just because I think when companies delve into the 3D market, they're trying to push the graphics of the system. Now obviously with the PC, you can do a lot more than with, let's say, like a game console, and what I mean by that is that they could have done a lot more pushing the graphics of it, so I mean it could look more lifelike, but that's not what Rollercoaster Tycoon is about. So in a sense it doesn't bother me as much, but a lot of games like the PlayStation is a perfect example when they started pushing into the 3D realm. Even like some of the 16-bit games when they were doing the 3D, you could see later on down the line, when you started playing them again, that they were very outdated. So those things really bothered me. So I mean, I personally like Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 just because you don't get this 3D look, and I know it's kind of hard sometimes to see in the camera, but you can see like a point of view from there. I've never played the third one, I just know that it does that, so I'll see how that goes and go from there. Next up is Spore Creator, or Spore Creature Creator. I remember when this came out, I was working in Best Buy at the time, and it looked interesting, but I never could get it at a decent price. But I figure with something like this at $2.97, it's not bad. But now that I'm looking at it, it says internet connection required for gameplay. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do it. I personally hate internet connection required games, just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to connect at all times. I don't want to be able to not play a game because, oh, you need to connect to the internet for some reason, so probably just sell this then. I don't know, I'll always try it out, see what I think of it, and go from there, but yeah. Now the next one up is a 64 game in the box with plastic. Not the greatest looking game, doesn't make you excited except when you first see a 64 box and you're like, ooh. But Xena Warrior Princess, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but at 97 cents I couldn't pass it up just because it's a complete 64 game. So, let's see. This one I was kind of interested in. I have never heard of this. Now, I'm not a big PC game person, but recently I've pretty much opened the floodgates of all types of games. I don't care what system it's for, I will try anything. And this is Zara, the Hidden Portal for the PC. I usually like my games to come complete, but for 97 cents, it's in good condition. It has the CD key, which really doesn't make that much of a difference because you can get CD keys pretty much anywhere for older games. Yeah, we couldn't pass that up. I'll at least try it. Maybe I'll check out YouTube and see a video play of it. That'll probably be easier than installing it on my computer and possibly noting issues with it installing. So, next up I got this because I actually know this goes for something. We're not going to keep it, even though we are big Disney people. Not really, but it's sealed, so I had to pick it up. Disney Pocahontas, a animated storybook. You'd be amazed that these actually do go for something. So yeah, figured a sealed copy is pretty cool, and it comes with a free mouse pad. So. Okay, next up, now I own this one, the first one of it. I don't own the expansion pack, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I'm not getting rid of mine, because this isn't as good, plus it has a sticker on it. But Doom 3 for the PC, and I actually never played a Doom game up until the movie came out, and then when the movie came out, that made me want to get Doom 3, so I did. I bought it. I could never finish it, just because it freaked me out too much, which is really weird, because, I mean, when you get older, you don't really get freaked out by games. Like, I don't really. I can play, like, pretty much anything now, but I just remember, for whatever reason, when this came out, which is 04, so I just got really, I don't know if it's freaked out, maybe it's my nerves. Yeah, because it was, like, certain things where, like, jump at you and stuff, so. So yeah, Doom 3, so I thought that was pretty cool, because you don't really see that. And before I saw Doom 3, I saw this, and that is Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. Comes with everything, and this one I'm probably going to keep because I don't have the expansion pack. Does take up some space, but hey, not space on the computer obviously, because that's like near unlimited at this point. But just in general, like space in like the apartment, because that's the other thing. As a collector, you start understanding that, oh man, I don't really have the space for this stuff. And if I took you on a room tour of this place, you'd be scared. I mean, stuff is organized, but not really organized. It's in boxes, so yeah, it just looks bad. So that did it for the Goodwill purchase. And for whatever reason, you know, and it actually reminds me, the guy there, for whatever reason, put this at 97 cents instead of $2.97. So that was really cool. I have no clue why. He was talking about games all the time, so I don't know if he was like, oh, it's a fellow gamer, I'll give him a discount. So, next up is from Second Ave. And this place is the place that drives me absolutely nuts. I've told you before about how prices will be marked, and then they'll mark them on the box, or they won't mark the price at all. And it's funny because I went there again afterwards, and after the video I did, number 3, I went there again, and I remember saying about how I had this headphone set that I was interested in getting, but they said, oh, you can't get it, they just took it and went off with it. So I went back there. I didn't think it was going to be there, but it was behind the glass. They wanted $40 for it, and I'm like, you guys are out of your minds. So, besides that, let me start off with these. Now, we don't really collect them, but for reselling wise, we just do for that reason. And those are Polly Pocket sets. Now I don't really know too much about these. Like I believe something was supposed to be here because it's missing. But do the camera. There we go. But I'm not sure what was supposed to be there. So. But yeah, these are usually pretty cheap. Like I got this one for 90 cents. The boy version of this, the alternate version, would be technically Mighty Max, I would consider. They always have like the little head that would open up and you'd be able to have like your figures in there. So, next one, another Polly Pocket. This one was $1.90. These are really cool though. I mean, I consider them cool considering how in-depth they are detail-wise. Like, I love Micro Machines, so to me, these are kind of like Micro Machines in the sense of the detail, how they open up. Like, if you've ever seen the Super Van City, it's a van, and then it opens up on different sides, and it's a little city inside of it. Pretty big. It's about the size of, like, a laptop almost. But I thought it's really cool. I had that growing up as a kid. Real quick, these other Polly Pockets. Now these actually go for something if you get the older ones, and you'll see it on the other side, it'll say Bluebird on it. It'll be from like 94. Those usually consistently go for something. But we usually just try to get it combine them together in a lot and go from there. Like this one says Bluebird, which is 94. This is an older Polly Pocket. So, yeah, pretty cool. I like them. Okay, next up is, let's see, oh, you know what, I forgot. Then we have this other Polly Pocket thing that's still in a bag, so, I don't know. Alright, next up, DS game. Wasn't going to get it, but this is just a resell, and it's Pet Adoption Center. Somebody actually bought this, but, I mean, I can see it. It's kind of like Sims Pets. You, looks like you just keep the animals healthy and everything, so just like the way an adoption center would be, especially because it's by Ubisoft. So the thing that kind of scares me though is when they say only at a certain place, because I'm like, oh dear God, that could mean a wide variety of things. Like, very rarely do you ever see a good game where it's only at this place. So we got the Genesis soundtrack. I don't really buy CDs anymore. This was just mainly to resell. Has some good songs on there, but yeah, I don't really listen to Genesis too much. Past that point, we got the Little Mermaid soundtrack. Now these I was kind of amazed because I don't know what exactly they do. I thought you just plugged them in, like your iPod into them, and they just had sound that came through. But I don't know if they do anything else. Now I do see the headphone jack, so that kind of makes sense. The iDog. So yeah, we got that. That was pretty cheap. That was $1.90. Kind of curious to plug my iPod into it, just to see how good the speaker is, because usually you'll get, excuse me, usually they'll be pretty crappy, except this one I actually got that was a lamp slash iPod, well, iPod speaker system, and it was unbelievably good. Like, there's no volume control on it. You control everything through your iPod, so the speaker volume goes up from you moving the volume on your iPod. But it was actually really good. I was amazed. So, next up, SimCity 4. So, periodically I'll see these bouncing around. I have this, so. But I couldn't let it sit there. Especially with some things, because I don't know about other places, if it's a similar type of situation that we have down here, because I'm in the Philly area. And you can leave stuff like this. If you leave it and come back to it next week, it's a possibility. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. It's a possibility that somebody will rip this open, and the disc will be 6 aisles down the other way. The box will be ripped in half down the other way. So it's like there's a good chance it might not be complete again when you next see it. Now, I am not a fan of this series. I did see the first movie. I am in the age range where technically this should have appealed to me growing up, but a lot of cases there's certain series that I just don't see or am not interested in for whatever reason. So, but it's Transformers, but it's the Stratego version. For whatever reason, some board games actually go for money. I am never going to play this, I guarantee it. Now, Stratego I might, but yeah, I can't see myself playing this. So, that, yeah, I didn't think there was anything else. It wasn't that big of a haul, except these were the cream of the crop at this point. Not the Disney ones for me, but you'll see. So, actually, first off, we will take this little guy. This guy is from, what was it, Captain Nemo? It's a movie with Michael Jackson in it, and my fiance's seen this and went absolutely ballistic. So this is actually ours to keep. But he's got a huge tail, but he's really cool. I like him too. So, yeah, we're gonna keep this little guy. He props up pretty nicely. He was $4.50, but you very rarely see anything for that movie, let alone like old Disney stuff. Some stuff you'll notice is rare and extremely rare to come by again, like later on down the line. So, now I've never watched this movie, especially the Disney version, but Robin Hood, and this is Little John the Beanbag. So, put him there. Now I remember this, Gus Gus. Well, they call him Gus in this, but I remember watching Cinderella. So, got him. And then we have as well. Now this is where she found them. She went absolutely ballistic. We do have some of these, but there's no way we could say no. They were like 60 cents for the bag, and like they weren't all together, which is something I really hate because then you miss some and then it's a real hunt. I think all in all we paid like $3 total though for everyone in the bags. So they are from the Nintendo 64 collection. You have Donkey Kong, the Beanbag, Yoshi, which we have of him, but she is a huge Yoshi fan. And I told her, I was like, well, you can't pass this up because I don't know if the other one we have has a tag. And sometimes the tags did change a little bit, so we decided to keep him. Mario with his wings, which I really like, especially because we don't have him yet. So that was really cool. And then this is our second one, but I absolutely love this character. I really do. It's I have no clue why, but because technically he's the bad guy in it. And he's not really my favorite in the Mario series, but this Beanbag is just so cool. And it's Bowser with his little tag and everything. But I love his shell, and I don't know, there's something about this one that I can't see getting rid of. I know we have him, but there's other plushes that I have duplicates of, and this will probably be another one, so. But, yeah, so that's pretty much it for my finds. I have a lot of work to do this week, so I figured I would just get this out of the way, and go from there, and maybe give you guys a heads up if we go to another thrift store this week. So, thanks guys, and I'll talk to you later.